Hello viewers, welcome to our channel Let's Snipe Dreams. This video is a discussion on chemical bonding hybridization. Please do click on the subscribe button for routine updates.
Hi friends. So we continue our discussion on hybridization. We know very well hybrid orbitals are formed when atomic orbitals undergo intermixing. And now we are going to learn some additional points on hybridization. When two atomic orbitals undergo intermixing, we always get two hybrid orbitals. Both are equivalent in energy. And hybrid orbitals are bigger in size and they have equal energy values. So energetically they are identical. Suppose if we consider z-axis as the molecular axis, then for sp hybridization, the orbitals undergoing intermixing are s and pz. In sp2, s, pz and either of px or py atomic orbitals undergo intermixing. sp3, s orbital, all the three p orbitals should undergo intermixing. In dsp2 hybridization, dx square minus y square, s orbital and px and py undergo intermixing. sp3d2, s orbital, 3p orbitals and dx square minus y square and dz square should undergo intermixing. In sp3d3, s orbital, 3p orbitals and dx square minus y square, dz square and either of dxy, yz or dzx can undergo intermixing. Now the challenging part in hybridization, how to predict hybridization in molecules as well as ions. So certain rules we have to follow. For example, in a molecule or ion, first we have to calculate the valence electrons, and from the valence electron we have to follow a small procedure to get or to predict type of hybridization. For example, CH4. In CH4 it is written type 1. The reason is in CH4 number of valence electrons 8. Up to 8 valence electron, that is type 1. Then 9 to 56, type 2. So methane molecule, 8 electrons are there. So the procedure is this 8 should be divided by 2. We have the quotient 4 and there is no remainder at all. So 4 hybrid orbitals, this quotient will give number of hybrid orbitals. 4 hybrid orbitals are obtained in sp3. Therefore, sp3 hybridization. Similarly, in NH4 plus, nitrogen will give 5, 4 hydrogen 1 each, that is 5 plus 4 9, and because of the positive charge we have to subtract 1. So total number of electrons 8, the same treatment. So NH4 plus as well as methane sp3. Now BeCl2, beryllium valence electron 2, each chlorine 7 plus 7 14. So now we have valence electrons 16. So this is type 2 and 16. In type 2 what to do? First we have to divide by 8. We get the quotient 2. Then no more remainder. So remainder is not there. Therefore, this 2 will give, the quotient 2 will give hybrid orbitals. That is very clear. In BeCl2, it is sp. sp hybridization. Now randomly we can select SF6. Sulfur valence electron 6 and 6 fluorine. So 6 into 7. So 7 into. So this will give 42. So each fluorine has 7 valence electron. There are 6 fluorine atoms. So 6 into 7, 42. So total valence electrons 48. Type 2. So 48 should be divided by 8. We have the quotient 6. Then there is no remainder. The quotient will give hybrid orbitals 6 sp3 sp3 d2. So sp3 d2. So S sub 6 undergoes sp3d2 hybridization. Now in the next we can select randomly, for example XeF4 we can take. Xenon gives 8 valence electron and fluorine, 4 fluorine atoms, F into 4. So each fluorine will give 7, 7 into 4. So here I have 28. So total, so we have 36. Is it type 2? So 36 must be divided by 8. And we have the quotient, first quotient 4, 32. Now remainder 4. This remainder again should be divided by 2. Again one more quotient we have. No more remainder. So this quotient 1, quotient 2 and remainder if any will give hybrid orbital. So 4 plus 2, 6. So 6 hybrid orbitals in XeF4 also sp3 d2. So this is the way in which we have to predict the type of hybridization. Randomly we select one species BrF5. It is an interhalogen compound. So 5 plus 1, 6, 6 into 7. So 7 valence electron into 6. We have 42 valence electrons. That is type 2. So 42 should be divided by 8. The quotient is 5, 40. We have a remainder 2. That remainder should be divided by 2. 1, quotient 1, no more remainder. Therefore, this quotient and this remainder if we add 5 plus 1, 6. So we have 6 hybrid orbital sp3d2. In the last discussion, we know how to combine VSPR theory with hybridization. For example, the same thing we can do here. sp3d2, 6 hybrid orbitals, we know very well, 5 bonded pair plus 1 lone pair. So this we have in VSPR notation A, X5 and E type. A, X5, E, 1 lone pair, 5 bonded pair. And this 5 bonded pair only will decide the shape of the molecule according to VSPR theory. And including lone pair, according to hybridization, we have an octahedral geometry. So Br is here, F, 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 one more F. So now all the 5 bonded pairs are allotted. And the lone pair will be here. Since the shape of molecule is decided by sigma electrons, electron present in sigma bonds. So it is a square pyramidal shape. Square pyramidal shape. But what about the structure, geometry? Geometry structure should take care of including lone pair. So including lone pair, now we have an octahedral geometry. So shape of molecule square pyramidal, geometry structure octahedral. So this is the way in which we have to combine hybridization concept and VSPR theory. In complex situations, that is the best method for arriving the correct answer. So we know what is hybridization and how to predict hybridization. Also, we know how to combine hybridization with valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. And hybridization concept is very important aspect, because on the basis of this we can answer a number of questions, and chemical bonding itself is one of the most important chapters. Under chemical bonding, hybridization is very important. In the next session, we are going to learn another important concept under chemical bonding, most probably that is hydrogen bonding. Till then, goodbye.
Hope the video was very informative. For personalized tutoring, drop us a mail at letsnightdreams@gmail.com. For more videos, please subscribe to our channel and stay connected. Bye.